on a even positive note, we'll kind of switch gears and talk about the stuff you've done outside of the business. You're also a certified personal trainer, physical therapist. How did
Physical
you
therapist for
physical
25
therapist?
years. Yeah.
Tell me about how you got involved with that. You said you wanted to do it since high school.
Yeah. I injured my knee my freshman year of high school playing football. I injured my other knee my junior year of high school playing football. Went through a lot of physical therapy. Really enjoyed it. It- uh, so again, at that time, a bad thing. I hurt myself once. I rehab it. I hurt myself second time. Rehab it. At that time, you're bummed. You're out of football. You're not playing. In hindsight, you always look. I always say God has a plan, especially every time I look back throughout my life, had it not been for those two injuries, I would have never been exposed to physical therapy. Who knows what I would be doing right now? So a really great thing. I applied to Keene University. It was a state college. Uh, it really was the only one I could afford. And at that time, they got thousands of applications. You couldn't just go to be a physical therapist. You had to apply for the program. You had to take a set of prerequisite classes, and after you took those, you would apply for that major. You couldn't just get the major, and they got a a few thousand applicants each year. They accepted 32, and I got in. And the way I got in was I pursued wrestling. I pursued physical therapy. I went to the gym at night. Uh, I went to school. I did my homework. Went to the gym at night. Wrestled on weekends, and had zero social life. So I always tell people that have something, if you want to pursue pro wrestling, you need a backup plan. And so often I hear from the kids, there's no time. It's too hard, this, that, and the other thing. I did what I did when there was no such thing as online class. No such thing. Didn't exist. You had to physically go to the class. You physically had to do the work there. So at the end of the day, if you want something bad enough, and I strongly advise anybody getting involved with pro wrestling, you got to have a backup plan. There's no two ways about it. I've done a few talks here or there, and they asked me what is the best thing I could do, and I'll say I made it to WCW for almost 3 years. I held the cruiserweight title, the tag title, the hardcore title. Do you consider that successful? Do you consider that making it? And they all said, yeah, I would love to do that. That was less than 3 years of my life. I, in no way, shape, or form, made enough money to sustain myself or a wife or a family for the rest of my life based on those 3 years. So, what do you do? And you got to prepare for life outside of wrestling. I have a major issue, and it's all well and good for motivation. You go on YouTube and you'll hear Arnold Schwarzenegger, you'll hear The Rock, you'll hear this, and they got music set back, and there's these highly motivational videos, and it's always something to the effect: if you want something bad enough, you put all your and energy into it. Know that you will achieve it. Know that nothing could stop you, and direct all your energy into that goal, and you'll get it. That's that's not real life. There's phenomenal independent pro wrestlers out there that will never make it, and they just never may be at the right place at the right time. They may never be given the correct opportunity. They may not meet the right people. There are phenomenal musicians, actors, actresses, all kinds of people in entertainment that are very super goal driven, and they have all their energy into one thing. And you got to have a plan B. And there's no reason why you can't have a plan B. I always say reach for the stars, but do it responsibly, because what if? Uh, and I just get really hot at all these videos. I feel they're very misleading. I feel like they're not uh, real life. Uh, it feels great when you go up on stage and you motivate youth. kids in school, kids in college, and it is great for them to have a dream. It is great for them to have a vision. It's all for them to pursue that. But you got to prepare. The world is a cruel place, and you could put all your energy into something and still not get it, and that's a harsh reality. You gotta have a plan B. You gotta have a plan C, and it's that plan B that I had when WCW ended. I was able to easily transition back into that, and I went from full-time pro wrestler, part-time physical therapist to full-time physical therapist, part-time wrestler. I've taken off for 8, 9, 10 months at a time when real life uh, was just too busy and I couldn't wrestle. And fast forward to where we are now. I'm 32 years in the pro wrestling industry. I'm able to participate. I'm able to excel. I believe I'm able to do these matches, and it's on my own terms. And it's because I had a plan B that I'm able to do that. It's enabled me. It's empowered me to still pursue my dream. Where it goes, I have no idea, but I'm having a hell of a good time. So that's just a huge thing. I did it. I did it at a time when there was no online classes. They didn't exist. Uh, I pursued two things that required 100% of my attention. I somehow found a way to make it work. Uh, Anybody aspiring to be a pro wrestler, or I'd argue in any kind of entertainment, you got to have a solid plan B.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of truth to what you're saying there because it is a tough world out there and it's very rough. It's not an easy path to carve.
And shoot for the stars. Freaking do it. Just do it responsibly. That's all. Just in case, be it
Yeah.
another major, another career, a trade, a business. Have that thing waiting just in case.